I think it's also really important to have some conversations around concepts such as ableism and disablism. And they're similar, but there's nuances in both. So ableism is prioritising the needs of people without a disability over those with. So that can be something like not having accessible wheelchair ramp into a building, or not having closed captions available on live stream. And it's really important we think about where ableism exists in our everyday, because it does. And this is really a barrier for people with disability to participate and have the same opportunities of people without disability in our everyday. People ask me what disableist attitude is, and it's something I do experience quite often. I could almost say daily. So an example I could give is I had the wonderful opportunity to do the Camino pilgrimage, which is across Spain. And a person said to me, "How is someone like you with a white cane going to walk across Spain?" And I said, well, why wouldn't someone like myself be able to do that walk? Because what that comment does is that it disables me. It almost has this lower expectation that because I have a white cane, I can't do what people without a white cane do. And this is where we need to challenge again and often those barriers and low expectations we put on people with disability. Recently I thought I'd try my hand at comedy, so I did a comedy workshop over a weekend, and we had to perform on stage 5 minutes stand-up. I had Guthrie, my guide dog, he was part of the act, and it went really well. Afterwards, the comedy coach, who was fantastic and very inclusive along the way, but they sort of mentioned, Katie, maybe it would be better if you do lunchtime sessions, because the nighttime sessions might be a bit challenging for you with your low vision, you can't see very well at night, and it's a bit hard with the guide dog. And in many ways, that's another example of disableist attitude, right? And this person, that wouldn't have been their intention. And essentially I said, well, I think what we need to do is advocate for the hotel industry and for this sector to improve the inclusion of people with disability, to be able to go out to the pub at night and to be able to perform stand-up comedy, and you know, that there can be a guide dog in those surrounds. So disableist attitude can be quite subtle, and they can appear in our everyday conversations. We just really need to be mindful of those sorts of language and words that we impose on people with disability, because whilst we're trying to create a connection, we're actually doing the opposite and creating a disconnect and disabling that person and their sense of self to achieve and be part of the community in the same way that you are.